What's up, baby? Belle Marie here, and I hope your skin is as clear as your conscience. So, New Year's resolutions. We all have them. We all ignore them. The most common are lose weight, work out more, save some money. All common, all boring. And after the mess called 2020, I decided to switch my resolutions up to include fighting the dentist next time he asks me a question while his hands are in my mouth, gain immortality, write a book, do a backflip, and seduce God. Obviously, only one of those is possible. Editor, show us the possible one. I'm sure you'll pick wisely. Thank you. And that's why we're here today. We will be writing a book. Well, I will be writing a book within 24 hours. Now, you may ask how I, of all people, can write a book. And one, that's rude. Two, I actually have written and completed a book before. It was, I believe, just under 200,000 words. It's actually Harry Potter fan fiction. I was 13. Haven't done anything since. I peaked young. But here I am, ready to beat up 13-year-old me for the title of Not Failure. Anyways, welcome to my writing nest. This is where the magic will happen. Back there we have some books and fairy lights during the day. We have 2 emotional support snakes. We have Pillow. We have me. We have squishy things. We have laptop. Yeah, I think that's really all I need. I did look it up, and apparently a novel is technically 40,000 words, but most books nowadays often fall between 60,000 and 100,000. So I decided a happy medium would work, and we will be aiming for 50,000 words at least. Obviously, I can easily reach that. I mean, I am incredibly talented after all. Alright guys, so it is 6:50 a.m. Now, normally I do prefer working at night because sleep is for the weak, but I also do need some time to get a video uploaded. So, we are going to filming for the next 10 minutes just to get this sorted out. Got my space ready, obviously, and to talk to you guys, I guess? You know? I don't know. We're just here now. I do have a kind of plot. Basically what I did for this, to make it short and simple, is I put Spotify on shuffle, and I chose first 3 songs I heard. The first 2 were to decide 2 main characters. The third song was to decide what their relationship would be. The songs in order of how I heard them are Music Box by Melinda Kathleen Reese, though she goes by Melinda here on YouTube. End of the Earth by Marina, and Come Alive by Beth Crowley. Okay, so it did just hit 7 a.m. and time has started. I think I like enemies to lovers, so we're gonna do that. And maybe, a servant of the Grim Reaper and immortal being of life or something. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. So yeah, obviously I don't know where this story is gonna go, but I believe in me. And that, my friends, is what matters.
Okay, so I have to write 50,000 words, and I accidentally spent almost 2 hours on YouTube. So, I worry.
Alright, I fixed my mistake. I got serious and I have actually started writing. I'm not going into this with any sort of detailed plot outline. I kind of just threw out a paragraph of basic plot points, you know, that type of stuff to save time. And we're just gonna see where this takes us, you know? You know. Editing is going to be entirely time-based. This doesn't need to be perfect. So if I have time at the very end of this, then I'll go back and I'll edit some things. But overall, I'm just gonna try and keep grammar decent, and we are going to rely on that. So this is how much I have done right now. About 1,600 words, including the basic kind of plot outline. So I think we're doing pretty good. And so far, this is my story start.
Drowning isn't a fun way to die. As panic fades into numbness, your heartbeat slows down increasingly. The shadow of death is able to turn the watery grave into a shimmering and soundless beauty. Sinking rapidly with lungs burning with their desperate desire for air, a rush of water trickles fast down your throat. Relentless pressure builds up from all sides. Barriers that surround and force your body further and further down. Panic fades into a slow numbness to match a dying heart. When the final breath of air is replaced with water, the silence is a welcome friend. Drowning wasn't a fun way to die, but it was the only part of her life that Leigh remembered. Okay, I'll stop reading out loud now. I don't want to bore anyone who's actually made it this far. But yeah, overall, I feel good about this so far. I think that I will succeed. Okay, guys. So sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves, and you know, I hate doing it, but I will admit there is only 3 hours left in the challenge and I have not written anything else. But, I do have a plan. I'm going to finish this. I have 3 hours. I am going to finish this. There will be no plagiarizing. The words will be 100% my own, and we will get this done. Now, you may ask yourselves, what is my plan? Well, buckle in and hang up. It's a doozy of a plan. The greatest plan to ever plan, in fact. And if I'm being honest with myself, and I'm always honest with myself, this plan is my biggest brain moment. And most of all, to be honest with you beautiful viewer who can remember to like and subscribe to the channel. To be honest, my plan is to over describe everything. Yeah. We gonna go the school assignment route with this. Okay, so I did manage to finish. I finished a few minutes late, but that's okay because I gave it my best and I finished. Here in a moment I will show you my final word count and read a little bit more of it. Alright, here is my final word count. I actually did better than I was planning to, which is great. Obviously I made it past 63,000 words, which is amazing. We'll have about 109 pages when this is done. So I'm looking forward to that. But for now, because you stuck around so long, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Drowning wasn't a fun way to die, but it was the only part of her life that Leigh remembered. She still didn't like water in any way, but she no longer feared it. Sitting at the bottom of the lake or at the drop-off in an ocean every day got her to overcome her fear quickly. Not needing to breathe became her only discomfort, the feeling still foreign, even after decades like this. A faint pressure pressed upon the back of her mind. A buzz like static filled her ears to block out all other noise. A clear, powerful voice spoke through the static to call her name. Leigh pushed herself off the lake floor, swimming to the surface. No sooner than her head had broken the surface did she take a breath. Sweet air, something she would always be happy to have filling her lungs, even when she no longer needed it. Taking a brief second to remember where on the shoreline she had left her towel, she swam as quickly as she could, cringing at having to step through deep mud to get to the shore. A woman was already standing in the tree line, holding out the towel. Leigh gladly took it, holding it with one arm while wringing out her hair as the woman in white observed her. If you were to describe the woman to someone, she would sound old, white hair and wrinkles being the only identification that could hint at her age, though if you were with her, you would feel like a liar calling her old. Time seemed to pause around her, preserving her in an ageless place of wisdom and grace. It was fitting for a Grim Reaper as experienced as she. The woman studied Leigh. You've improved, Lorelei. You say that each time you see me. Would I lie to you, child? Once you would have to be forced into the water and would only stay under for a minute at a time. Leigh shrugged. I've had years of your guidance. What do you require of me? Leigh asked, wanting to get straight to business. I have decided that you are ready to be put back into the populations. Leigh tied off the braid in her hair, letting it fall over her shoulder. Do you wish me to leave today? As soon as you are dressed. I'll be in New York by tomorrow morning. Evening. I'm tired. I'll be in New York by tomorrow evening, Leigh promised, already stripping out of her bathing suit and grabbing her clothes. The moment she had her black turtleneck and jeans on, she swung her backpack over her shoulder and started her trek to find the main road. Running with occasional jumping down rocks over gaps in the forest floor allowed her to be at the side of pavement in under 10 minutes. While she could easily run to New York, it would take a while, and she'd be an exhausted mess by the end. Not the condition she needed to be in when hunting down souls. Plus, she enjoyed flying, so hitchhiking to an airport would be the most logical thing for her to do.
As panic Drowning isn't a fun way to die. As panic fades into numbness, your heartbeat slows down increasingly. The shadow of death is able to turn the watery grave into a shimmering and soundless beauty, sinking rapidly with lungs burning with it.
Now, yes, I hear you getting angry that I wasted your time again. But hear me out. This story is thought-provoking. It is talent and skill. It is blood, sweat, tears in virtual form. You know, this book is both modern art and ahead of its time. And yes, you could absolutely complete the challenge this way, but you didn't and I did. So when I'm the next J.K. Rowling, remember this video. And remember how you scuffed at this so-called failed attempt. Because I'll remember. Alright, now that my novel is finished, and it's so crazy to say, I actually finished writing a novel in 24 hours. But now that this is finished, I'm going to publish it. But I do need to print that first. So I'm going to have to get the printer to work. Okay, the printer did not listen to me, so new plan. I have here a copy of a Narnia book, and I figured I'm going to be the next J.K. Rowling new famous author, whatever. So I'm just going to paint over the cover and write over it. It'll work, you know? I'm coming for Aslan's throne. Okay, so you see here we have the new book now. I decided to call it Loop because obviously this book is a loop. This will be limited edition Memento Vitae merch with a founder's autograph. It will be priced at $150. Thank you to anyone who has watched to the end. Obviously, I learned that you can't force creativity, and I can't write a novel very fast. But, this was still pretty fun to do. Anyways, I am going to go take a nap and prepare for even more time-consuming video for you guys. So, with that being said, I love you all and goodbye.